Yeah, welcome back to the Easy Project. I think this is episode four of our season 3. We've got a good guest today. One of the greats in the dancing world.
Come on, man.
Yeah, let's go.
First potty too.
Yeah, first potty.
Let's go.
Kaea Pearce, welcome to the Easy Project.
Oh, thank you
How's
so much
things?
for having me.
Yeah,
no,
nice.
everything's good.
We're grateful to have you.
100% we're
thank
grateful.
you. I'm
We've been
quite
chasing you for a
nervous.
while.
No, it's been a
Don't be
couple
nervous,
of times. Hey, we said, hey, let's get Kaea on. Come on.
Oh, thank you.
Nah, it's been good. It's been good. How's things? How's family?
Things are good. Just, kids and still being a dancer is quite, life's hectic.
True.
Yeah,
And
what-
I'm nervous. Oh my God.
No, don't worry. Hey.
Okay, it's just
We're sweet,
conversation.
we're sweet. Just
Easy
conversation.
chats.
Oh, yeah, easy chats. That's what we're
Just
about.
easy chats.
Well, on this podcast, we always just talk about everyone knows, if everyone knows you as a dancer, like they're massive fans, but also we want to be real authentic with the way we chat and, about your upbringing, obviously, the struggles in life a little bit, like on how you got to where you are today. Obviously juggling the family life and still traveling, we know that you still do that. So, but let's just go straight from the start. Tell us about life as a young kid, where you're from, and let's kick it off.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh my God. So I'm from a small town in New Zealand named Whangārei. I was born there. My parents are all from up north as well.
Nice.
So we're very, small town people.
Yeah.
I started dancing when I was around 11, 12 years old in Whangārei. At the time, there's not much dancing there. So I just really made. God, this is really hard. I just made. Just danced in my bedroom really, and at school. But there was nothing really in Whangārei for me as a dancer. So, one day a big, massive choreographer, her name's Paris came up north, and then she said to my parents, we're opening a studio in Auckland.
Yeah.
Would Kaea, and my little sister danced as well at the time, would Kaea and Ruth want to move to Auckland and join my studio? And at the time we thought, oh my gosh, this is like the biggest thing ever, because in Whangārei there's not much happening at all, besides, go to school, go to uni, get a normal job and start a family up north. But I kind of wanted something, different and bigger than that. So my parents were like, we all spoke about it at home. My parents are both from up north, so they're very, they just like being up north. They're happy to just be up there and, do their normal jobs. So, it was a massive sacrifice for my parents. They both left their jobs and then we moved to Auckland.
True.
Wow.
Yeah, so my mum was a lecturer at the university up north, and my dad just did all like handyman stuff up north, like painting and real roughy stuff. So they both sacrificed and left their jobs and moved us up north, which was, in Auckland. So that was massive from them.
Yeah, that's huge, because obviously living in a place like Whangārei, probably there's not that much stuff to do over there, opportunities.
No.
So taking that sacrifice to go there, obviously for your parents, that's a big move.
Yeah.
How were they at the time?
Oh, my dad didn't want to move to Auckland because he's from up there. He's from a small town past Whangārei called Whananaki, and it's just like beach, gorgeous, just straight, land, nothing. He was brought up just outside every day. And all his family are up north as well, so he didn't want to leave his family. But luckily, we did move to Auckland, and my mum was sad as well. Like, it was a big move, massive move, especially for my parents.
Because you're pretty much coming from country straight to the city, the big lights, So you think about it, it goes, man, life can be so tough, like just moving from where it's nice and slowed, and you go to the big lights and you goes, man, it's too fast. See, get me back to where it's we're comfortable. But how was that? How was that like that first couple of a year or two transitioning?
The transition was hard. Like, it was like, because my parents we didn't come from money, so it was really like a sacrifice. So as soon as we got to Auckland, my mum had to get a job straight away. My dad was just doing whatever he could to make money. He was moving houses. He was doing just real grafting jobs to just pretty much get us by.
Yeah.
So when we moved to Auckland, we just auditioned for the studio because we didn't have a spot when we first moved there. It was just like, move there and we need to audition, and if we get it, we'll stay. If we don't, we'll move back to Whangārei. So it was kind of just like, you got to make it, or you know,
we go back home.
go back home, and I'll just go to school and, you know, live a normal life.
Yeah.
So luckily me and my sister made it into the studio. We you know, we did good on the auditions.
Yeah.
And then we just trained.
Yeah.
Train.
Did you know much about Paris back then though? Like you know, how, like, you know, or why is this person coming into our house and like recruiting us to come down to the studio, or was she just starting up herself?
She was still studying up herself. Like I think she was only maybe like 17 at the time, around 17, 18.
Yeah.
So she was still starting up herself, and the studio was just a place, because in Auckland at the time there was maybe like one other studio, and she just wanted to create a studio and a space for other dancers to come and learn, because when she was younger there was no dancing in Auckland really, besides like Bring It On competitions, but there was no studios. So she kind of wanted to create a studio to create opportunities for other young dancers that have dreams like her. So she was starting up as well, so it was kind of like we all grew together, which is quite cool.
That's awesome, mate, because obviously New Zealand's massive in sport, rugby union, rugby league, netball. And like, did any of those kind of sports sway you to going into while growing up, or was dancing, that was it, dancing, I'm going to do dancing?
Yeah, well, there was only like netball for me at school, like at primary, because there was nothing else really, especially for females. Like,
true, back then.
It was then it was like mostly like only like males played rugby, and so I got into netball. It wasn't really good. I was kind of uncoordinated. My mum just used to yell at me on the sideline, and I just used to cry. But
that's what this guy's doing now.
Hey, man, it's so funny when I see my daughter playing netball.
Nice.
Yeah, but like, it's just like one of those ones. Like I just keep my emotions to myself. Just let her be her.
That's good. My mum wasn't like that. My mum's a real, like, if you're going to do something,
do it.
That's why I came so far with dance, because my mum was just being like, rock.
Yeah, because you think about it, like, so you probably would have experienced your mum like yelling from the sidelines in netball, and then like they're going to make that sacrifice for you to go down and chase the dream of being a dancer. Like, what's your mindset? Like, what's the mindset? Like, do you have that I have to make it mentality, or I just have a crack, and if I don't make it, I don't make it?
No, it was I have to make it. Like, even like in rehearsals, like some days I wouldn't want to go to rehearsals, but my mum would be like, you need to go, like, we've moved here. Like, if you don't go, we're moving back. So it was kind of like if I want to do this, I need to do it. My mum's just been an absolute legend with my career.
I feel like you build resilience like that, like knowing that you don't want to do it, but then you think about, like, as a young kid, you think about what your parents have done. Nah, you know what? I've got to. Like, you know, you've got that. You got that in you to say, nah, I've got to do this, you know, just to, like, you know, show them that I'm committed to the process. But there's always tough days, though. There's always tough days. You know, like what you said.
100% because dancing, obviously, I watch a few shows with my wife. We watch the shows. We're like, it's tough. It's like hours on your feet, dancing, choreography, trying to make, do the moves, all that kind of stuff.
What about all the mad? What was all the dance shows when we were growing up? Like America's Best Dance Crew or all that. Like I used to watch it and I was just think, man, I wish I could do that. But try dancing in front of the mirrors. Goes, nah, I don't have it, man.
Oh, I'm sure you can. Like, I feel like it's
two-step.
No, I feel like Polynesians are very, like, naturally can move, like naturally can dance. I feel like,
we got a little bit, but then that's about it. The good old Dougie.
I'm that dude just in the corner, just like, let's go, just bobbing from side to side.
Back. But like, obviously with the sacrifices, we talk about sacrifice. It's a massive thing. Obviously, you sacrificed to go to Auckland, but also your parents made a sacrifice as well. Obviously as parents, you're like, we had Chris Tavia that come on and spoke about him and his journey in dancing, and he was saying his dad wanted him to play footy. But as a parent, like when a kid goes, I want to be a dancer, I'm Is that going to pay the bills?
Yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
is. It's
Yeah.
a risk. It is. It is a definite risk because it's not a sustainable job like a doctor or a lawyer or a rugby player. Like it's not a job that can, pay well. Well, it can pay well, but you obviously need to.
Yeah.
It takes a long time, like at least 10 years into your craft until you start making money.
Yeah,
So it is a, yeah.
Yeah, it would
It's
be. It's a massive
hard job.
sacrifice because, like when you hear dancing, you're like, oh, do they get paid? Like, I wonder how much they get paid. But then obviously, as you build your career up to where you are now, those opportunities start to fall into place.
It's more to like your identity, like building up your brand.
Yeah.
Like for me, like for you, it's the red hair that always like, oh yeah, that's a Kaea, she's got the red hair. But like when you see in dance videos, is that like, when you look at like, you sort of like you probably need that image. You need to like stick out and
Yeah, you stick out.
yeah.
Hopefully in a good way.
No, it's good. No, we're massive fans here.
I know,
We're fans,
We've
man.
been chasing you for ages to jump on. But yeah, obviously you take on that journey. You come to Auckland. Were you 12? Is that right?
Yes.
12 at the time? Man, that's crazy. 12-year-old. Come and make those sacrifices. And then as you go into that journey, you were doing school at the same time?
Yeah, so I was still at school. I finished intermediate and I only did 1 year of high school. It's quite bad now I look back, but I just didn't like school.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that people should leave school, but I wasn't good with books. I wasn't clever at school. I used to just go and just like sleep in the library. It's really bad, but I just didn't like school. And it's actually quite funny because my mum and all my family and aunties are all teachers, and then my mum's a lecturer at the university.
wow.
So she's very
Yeah.
clever and she's very by the books, She went to school all through and then went to university, and her dad was a lecturer as well, and all my aunties are teachers and lecturers. So they're very,
That's crazy.
clever,
Yeah.
but not me. Not me. I'm more of a just physical. I like doing things physically. Like if I was to play sports, I would put my all into it and with dancing, but with school and bookwork wasn't for me. So I left school. I was at high school for 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow. So what did you do during that time? Did you go to work?
No, so I just danced every day because I tried to juggle dance and school because we would rehearse like straight after school. I'd go to school from like 8 a.m. to 3 and then I'd go straight to the studio and would rehearse, and then we'd rehearse from like 4 p.m. till early hours of the morning.
Yeah.
So and then I'd get home at like 1 a.m. and it was just ongoing every day. I'd get home at 1 a.m. from rehearsal, try to get as much sleep as I can, and then go to school again. So it was just like I just couldn't do it because it was just too tiring and I hated school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
only
crazy.
because I just wasn't smart.
That's a lot of hours in like trying to perfect your craft.
Yeah.
Like, was that how brutal it was back then?
Yeah.
Is it still brutal like that today?
I think so. Well, I'm not too sure how they train now in the Royal Family, but I know. Actually, no, they probably do the same now.
Yeah.
They're very hardworking studio.
Yeah.
The Royal Family, like they, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Everyone works hard, 24/7, long hours.
No, well, you got to. If you want to be the best, you have to work hard, even behind the scenes. Like you probably had moments there where you goes, oh man, I need to put more extra work into it, and you find time to do it. That's crazy. That's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
So also as a dancer, was nutrition such a big thing, like for dancers?
When I was younger, well, because when we finished rehearsal, we 1 a.m. and then we just go to Macca's.
Yeah, 100%. You probably burn about 2,000 calories, and you didn't know it at the time. I'm going to go put like 1,500 calories into me right now.
Yeah, well, we'd come home, my mum would have like leftovers in the fridge. But I feel like when we were young, we just ate anything because we would just shred all the time. But as you got older, and like when I turned 18 and I worked professionally like for backup dancing, we had to eat healthy. So like we would try eat healthy, and because in America like everyone's shredded. I mean everyone's different though. I feel like every dance is different. But it definitely, now that I'm older, it does play I'm more smarter of what I eat because like I'm not as my metabolism was much faster when I was younger. So it does play a huge, just like athletes, it does help your performance when you eat healthy. But when I was younger, it's just Macca's or toast, anything.
Nah, cool.
We had Macca's too.
No, man.
Of
And-
course.
now and then. In moderation. The good old in moderation.
Or Wendy's
Oh, good old Wendy's, eh?
or BK.
No. What's the best one now? Guzman Gomez. My favourite.
Oh, mate, I don't know. That's too healthy. I'll eat anything now. But yeah, so you take on this journey, man. You're obviously 12. You get to 18. Did you have a mentor at the time, or someone you looked up to? Then you're like, I want to go and do that. I want to go dance with the best.
Definitely Paris Grove was my idol throughout my whole dance career.
Yeah.
Just because when I first met her, I was like, wow, she's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, and then she just kept getting more amazing as the years went by. She's always been my idol.
Yeah.
Really. Yeah, I just always wanted to dance like her and be like confident and strong like her, because she's incredible. And obviously, like, as I was growing up, I was watching all the music videos and I thought, gosh, one day I want to, be on those music videos and like backup dance for, all these stars and
Bro, that's hectic.
No,
What was your first video,
Yeah, when's the first big break?
big break where you're like, I'm in. Let's go.
It was probably the Sorry music video for Justin Bieber.
Oh,
yes.
That was
yes,
our
yes.
first music video. Yes, that was our first music video.
Was that 2015?
I think so. Yes, yes. 2015. So I was about... Can you
No,
guys calculate?
I'm bad too. My maths is not the greatest.
Maybe I was 17.
Yeah.
Oh,
17
wow.
That's
at the
crazy.
time. Yeah, so that was my first music video and it was,
How did you
I
feel?
loved it. Good. I love being in front of the camera, dancing, not speaking. I love dancing in front of the camera, so anything like music videos, I love it. It's just like, it's like my element, so I loved it. Like we rehearsed, I think we only did it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
So we just rehearsed. We learnt the whole thing. All of us learnt the whole dance. So when we were on set, Paris would just go, okay, you two jump in, or you three jump in, or solo. We just had to know the whole thing, all the choreography. So on the set, we filmed this in New Zealand as well. Like it was just a small white studio.
Wow.
We just had our own like makeup team. Like it wasn't like a massive production. It was just us.
Yeah.
And Paris pulled out her suitcase and she just pulled clothes from home. Like it wasn't like a massive,
True.
Yeah.
all these people
think
working
it's-
for us.
Was he in it? Was he in that?
No, he
so
wasn't in it.
it's just it was just on the YouTube, eh? Like
Yeah, it was just he just wanted Paris to put a dance video together.
Yeah.
So we did it, we filmed it, and it was only supposed to be his lyric video
Yep.
for YouTube, and then he liked it so much, so he made it his official video.
Yeah, that's so
Wow.
good.
Yeah, so it was cool. Like it was literally just we had no stylist, Paris was our stylist.
Yeah.
We had no makeup artist, we had no, heaps of crew like video filmers. Like it was like, and with our videos too, Paris likes to film most of them herself. Like we have a videographer, but she likes to grab the camera and do it herself. So she likes to
Yeah.
do everything, so she can get it how she likes it.
How did Paris get connected to obviously producers and stuff like that over there?
So she, when we first started the studio, when she first started the studio, there was no Instagram or Facebook, anything like that around. Well, I think there was Facebook, but not people didn't really use it as dancing platforms. So she would create dance clips of us, and she would put it on YouTube and of her in it. And then that's how people started approaching her for jobs and started noticing her.
Well, that's massive, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's self-made and she's self-taught as well, which is so cool.
Yeah, she's got a
That's
bigger story.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
She learned everything just from dance clips and
Yeah.
YouTube and
Does she expect you guys to know the moves straight away?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because we
Crack the
trained
whip,
with her.
mate.
We
Yeah.
trained with her for about how many years? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 6 years prior to
Yeah.
doing professional jobs.
Yeah.
We trained with her for 6 years, so she just we just expected to do it.
To do it.
right, because we just train. So when it comes to the filming time,
Normal.
it's
Was
just
there any pressure? Did you feel any pressure?
Yeah.
yeah. I'm very bad with. I get real nervous. I've never been a super confident person as well. So I really struggled with confidence as I was dancing.
Yeah.
I still get nervous in sometimes struggle with my confidence. But it took a lot of years to make just to deal with it, and
that's a big thing. I think like I feel like you've got to trust your ability. I feel like you do. Like when you get to that point of you know what? There's a reason why I'm here. You know, like so, back yourself.
Yeah.
Be confident that you can do the job. And if something does happen, like you just like, you know, when you're on the rugby league field, you just think next job, say that probably with you, like, man, I'll get it, you know, but you just keep practicing. But at the same time, like you say that you're like heaps confident, like when you come, like you feel confident in front of the camera now with your dancing and that, but like you still get nervous, and that's normal.
Yeah.
That's normal, I reckon.
I think you need that, eh?
Yeah, you do.
Because then you're on game.
Yeah, you're on game.
Yeah.
Because you want to be perfect.
Yeah.
You don't want to. You don't want to slip up.
Be comfortable.
You don't want to be that person when you know, like when you're watching a video, you can oh man, I stuffed up there.
Yeah.
But hey, it still worked. They look good still. At the end of the day,
They must pick up on all the little things, eh?
Yeah.
When dancing. Because I just feel like, man, when you watch those, was it Jabberwockies? What?
Oh, they're
Those
legends.
guys are
yeah,
done, eh?
they're clean.
Clean, eh?
Yeah. You
Like
can tell
real
they
clean.
train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy these sacrifices that you have to make as a dancer, man. Because
no, you go.
no, I was just saying with the sacrifice that you have to make to dance. Like, I know that you're with a group of people dancing,
Yeah.
but when you go solo, are you just in the zone when you're dancing by yourself?
Yeah. I'm just so grateful that I trained for 6 years before I started doing professional jobs. And then altogether, I've probably danced for about 15 years now. But I trained so many times, like so much long hours and everything. So when I do dance now, I can, you know, back myself up and know that I know that I can dance and know that I'm confident now.
Yeah.
But I think that's why, that's why the studio that I was from is so successful, because we just trained so much. And
It's just
No prisoners behind, eh? That mentality. Leave no prisoners behind. Just do it.
Hey,
Just get in
do
there. You
it.
want to come and
If
be a
you're
part of the
rubbish,
royal
right at the
family. Hey, you want to be part of the royal family. Hey, you got to work hard.
you gotta step up your game, man.
They're still like recruiting like heaps, like
Yeah.
heaps of people, and like
they're still going. They've got people overseas, like
people over here now. Eh?
people over here. Like it's
Yeah.
still a massive company, and they're so successful because they work hard.
Yeah.
You know, like if you don't work hard, you can tell,
Yeah.
and you're not as successful. But if you just work hard, it
Who,
comes back
who,
around.
who are the big like studios besides your royal family, like that, like when kids wanna like when young people wanna like go for I want to do this full time, who are they looking up to?
In Australia, so there's Launch Dance Studio. They're very they've created such amazing dancers that they've like, oh my god, they've like created a pathway for dancers. Launch Studio. So they've got like a lot of professional dancers that have trained there, and then they've gone into signing to agencies and backup dancing for artists. And there's also Dynamite Studios. So they're both on the Gold Coast, which is great. They just they both create amazing dancers.
That's mad, because obviously there's a lot of kids these days that want to dance, take on that journey of being a dancer. But just with your career, obviously you've done some big events like the Super Bowls and obviously dancing with Rihanna, like we see clips of you dancing with Rihanna. Hey, like it's crazy. Like I buzz out, I'm like,
I still buzz out. I sit on my feet and I'm like, what? I don't even remember doing that.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
crazy.
Like I think
You've done some good stuff, that's for sure.
Thank you.
and I think the big thing about it is just seeing Polynesians, obviously, your Maldives dancing in those, like, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but like
Thriving.
you get your normal black Americans or your whites dancing, but to see our own people do it's like, bruh, it's huge.
Yeah. Especially because in New Zealand, like it's a small country and it's not many, there's nothing really going on there. So it's so cool. Like even when I see like heaps of my friends like be in these massive music videos, like Lady Gaga's clip just came out and there was probably like 10 Polynesians in it. And isn't that cool? Like, because like back in the day, like there was only Americans in those clips. There's never Polynesian. So it's just so cool from, small countries, small islands is like, they're on the world stage, which is
It's
awesome.
mad. Like I buzz out because then obviously is it Lance?
Yes,
Jürgen is the biggest. Is he one of the biggest like personalities in New Zealand at the moment? Like just
I
being
think
like
so. Like him
personalities?
and Kirsten. they've just blown up because obviously like Lance has danced for Chris Brown for years, and Kristen's amazing dancer. I trained with her since we were little as well, and she's just blown up as well because because in the studio that we all came from, like Lance and Kirsten and me, like, we just worked hard every day. So like now that you like, it's so cool seeing them, be stars now because like I know how hard they work. Like we all worked so hard.
That's amazing, man. That's so cool. Tell us your experience with dancing with, say, J-Lo in the Super Bowl. What was that like?
It was cool. It was really hard just because we moved to Miami for 2 months. And it was cool though. Like it was an amazing experience. We got to live like with all the dancers in like these beautiful apartments, and they really looked after us, the team, J-Lo's team. And all we needed to do was just dance for 8 hours every day. Then we'd go home and like, be in this nice apartment, and they'd give us like DMs, which is food money, and like we were just taken care of there. But it was really hard because obviously Paris Scopa was the choreographer of the whole project, and I know like she's just such a hard worker. So like she expects us all to be on. So like when we're in the studio, we're on like 8 hours, then we go home. And then we'd get sent notes at night time, like what we need to work on, and we'll just fix it that night. So when we go back tomorrow, we're on again. So it was really challenging, but also enjoyable. Like it was a dancer's dream, really, to do Super Bowl and be able to live in another country and just do what you love every day. Like what an awesome job.
Have you built up some really good friendships like through your time of doing stuff like that?
Yeah. Like a lot of my good friends that I met over in America, or like they're like I've made some strong relationships with them. Yeah,
it's always good. You remember you gotta keep those networks.
Absolutely. Every opportunity is an opportunity. Like even with like meeting the team, like the team of the like J-Lo's team. Like I made sure I was just always like an opportunity connecting. Yeah, and just
It's such a big thing because, like in rugby league, same thing. Like we're not going to be rugby league players forever. Obviously, you see sponsors, guys that obviously have businesses that give opportunities out there as well. And you just never know who you meet, eh?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing with dancing.
Yeah.
Like making sure that you're networking with the people that around you.
Absolutely.
So opportunities do open up.
And your next job could be at that at that meetup. Oh man, this is a good opportunity. I could find my next job here.
Yeah. 100%. I think dancing's massive too. Like it's huge now. Like back in the days, like you always you watch your Step Up movies, but you didn't realize like how big it is.
Man, they've got dance excellence programs at schools now, and and then they do like because I was working at Marsden State High School, and they had a mad dance crew.
Hey.
And they used to do all the hip hop dancing and that. And I go, man, these guys are actually good.
Yeah.
Like really good. And I was just going, damn, like that's how much it's excelled, Yeah,
because when I was at high school, we had dance as a subject, but it was just not like they didn't prioritize it. Like I failed dance at school. It was actually quite sad how dance wasn't really a career. Yeah. Like all my teachers at school said, it's not, that's just a hobby. You can't make money from that. Yeah. I think I had one good teacher who said, you can, that's so cool, keep going. But all the rest were like, you can't make money from it.
Yeah.
What's the job description they use? Is it creative arts? Is that what they say? Is it not for dancing? Yeah. Is that what they say?
Yeah, creative arts.
Oh,
hobby.
Yeah, I do creative arts, but really, I'm a dancer.
Yeah, it was just not a thing when I was going to school. But now it is, which is so cool. Like it's slowly become a job, which is so cool. Yeah.
That's amazing. Do you see it, obviously, it is a job. Yeah. Dancing is a job, but do you want it to, in your eyes, do you reckon there'll be an opportunity where it'll be like a full-time job for dancers? Do you see that happen?
It's a hard question. It's a hard question. Like it's, because it's very like, at the moment, like if you want to like backup dance, it's only like maybe a month's max or like a 2-week job and then you go to the next one. But it just depends really, because some people can like book contracts on like a cruise ship and that's like I don't know, a couple months, or you can book a real tour which is 1 or 2 years. So it just depends what you do with dance really. or there's like residence shows in Vegas, or even there's residence shows here in Gold Coast, and those are like 1 or 2 year contracts. So it just depends really what you want to do.
Have you had those opportunities where like it was a really good opportunity that you could have probably signed to go stay somewhere for a year or two, get paid really good money, but you had to turn it down? Have you had any of those ones?
No, only because I'm very like, I'll just jump at, if an opportunity comes, I will do it. Like I'm very much like that. And I'm so lucky that I have my mum, because I've got kids. So I'm so lucky, like if a job comes up and I need to be away for a month, I'll do it. And luckily I've got my mum and my dad to, you know, have my kids. But I'm very much like, I will do any, you know, I'm very like jumping at opportunities, like, because they don't come around every day. But there's a funny story. When I was I just turned 18, and Rihanna had her World Tour auditions. And I had never danced for Rihanna at this time. So I was like, okay, I need to do it. I'm just going to fly to America and I'm going to audition. But I wasn't ready. I was still young. But in my head, I thought I was ready. So I said to Paris, I want to go to America. I want to audition. Like, I'm ready. And she was like, oh, I don't know if you're ready. Like, there's a big thing. If you book this tour, it's a 2-year tour. You just turned 18. Like, are you going to travel with all these dancers who have, you know, been dancing? They're all in their, like, late 20s, 30s. So they're all experienced dancers. And I said, no, I need to go. So I just went. I just went to America, like, I remember, like, I called my mum. I said, I need to go to this audition. And she's like, Kai, like, the flight's like $3,000. Like, we don't have $3,000. I said, we'll find it. Let's just go. So, like, my mum was calling her sisters. It was, my dad was calling his boss. Like, can we, like, loan $3,000 to buy Kai's ticket to America? And then, luckily, his boss was like, I'll loan you $3,000. Like, you know, book the flight. So we get to the airport, like, I think I had, like, 1 hour to pack. So I went to the airport. I was dyeing my hair while I was there because I had red hair at the time as well, and I wanted to have my hair freshly done. So we got to the airport. My mum booked the flight, like paid for it in cash, like at the New Zealand airport. At the Auckland airport. And then I just jumped on the plane and I went. Funny story. So I auditioned. I didn't make it because I wasn't ready. I didn't make it. I was cut. I cried for like I couldn't listen to Rihanna's music for about a year. I was just like cut. I didn't make it, and then I went back home and I was so gutted. Like I was like, I'm not going to dance anymore. I'm going to give up. That's it. I'm going to throw the towel. I give up. And then I got home, and then Paris was like, just come back to the studio. So I went back to the studio. I trained for about another year. And this is when I was still like off Rihanna. I didn't want to dance forever again. I was like, I hate you. But no. And then I trained every day again. I was like, no, I'm not ready. I need to get to that stage where I am ready to work professionally. And then a year later, Paris got the VMA Awards, and it was for Rihanna. So Paris was like, do you want to do it? And I'm like, oh, yeah. So I finally got my chance to dance for her. And it's just crazy because I just rushed it. Like I rushed it when I went to the audition. Like I wasn't obviously ready, or I would have gotten it. And then I just knew that I needed to train and get to the position where I was ready. You know, mature. Like I wasn't even mature enough to even do a job with Rihanna. So I just trained every day for a whole year again, and then we booked the VMA Awards, which was so cool.
That's so cool. That's a mad story because you feel about it like you had a setback. And you had the opportunity. Nah, I'm chucking the talent. I'm over this. I'm over this industry. I'm getting out. And then Paris begged you to come. I don't actually begged you, but she said told you to come back and just train for a year. And then that opportunity popped up again. You know. So that's what happens. That's what happens. You can't expect everything. You can't expect everything to just be like straight uphill battle, like you know, and like everything ticks a box. You know, you get there. You gotta experience the setbacks. That's what builds resilience. That's what builds your hunger. Because deep down, I reckon you would have had that. Nah, I'm working hard. I want to prove people that I'm good to be in this industry. You know. That's crazy.
That's amazing, because
it's a funny story.
Like when you think about it, 12 months is long, But when you're in it and you're zoned in, it goes quick. Time goes quick. But that's the sacrifices you have to make, Like for you to get to the next level of dancing or whatever, bro, it takes 12 months. 100%. And you got to be patient. Were you patient?
I had to be. I was because I got rejected, and I was like, oh.
It's like you're still bitter. Like, oh man, but like you're still you're turning up every day.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
just had
prove.
to. I just had to make sure I was ready, and then after that we had more opportunities with Rihanna, like the Grammys and like her Fenty show. Like, I just rushed, and I need like everything. It just takes time, and at the right time is like when it's going to happen.
Right, good on you. Hey,
good on you.
That's so good. Like, wow, that's huge.
Yep.
How was Rihanna?
She a good person?
She good
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
She's so kind. Like she is so normal. Normal.
Good.
Like when I first saw her, I was like, oh my God, she's there. And then she's just so normal and she's so nice.
Could you have like proper conversations with her and talk to her? Like
like if she came up to us and was like asking us like, how's our day going? Like,
Oh, that's mad.
I mean, you still get nervous though, but but it's so cool.
That's what builds a good culture, I reckon. Like if you're the main person and like you got to make everyone feel welcome. You can't be that person that goes, oh nah, they're just backup dancers. I don't want to talk to them.
Absolutely.
Do you get any of those guys? Is anyone that we can throw under the bus?
I'm under the bus.
Is anyone we can throw under the bus?
Who is it? Who are the big dogs that are like rude and don't
I don't
care?
want to get like cancelled from them.
No.
But there are
some. You need your job.
There are some. But like for one that stood out for me in a nice way, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to call anyone out because I need to get booked still.
100%.
But there's one artist, Ciara. She's so nice. Like I remember because she flew to Auckland to do Level Up music video with us.
Level Up, what a music video.
And like her team like made, so we were all in like the main hall in the museum, and her team like built like a corner for her, like with like so she could have a private area. And we just had like, it was a break and we had just like chicken rolls for lunch, as you do in Auckland. And like she just came out and had a chicken roll with us, like, and sat on the floor. Like she was just so normal.
That's mad.
Like, you know, like other artists would go into their, you know, their curtains and their private area and have their nice chef meal. But she just came and had like a packet of chips and a chicken roll with us on the floor.
Ciara, you're going up in my book, Ciara.
You're going up, bro.
She's just
Level
so
up, babe.
normal.
Go back home and watch a Level Up video now. Oh, that's crazy.
She's
so
a gun
humble.
dancer, eh?
Yeah.
Like, how is she?
I reckon she's up there.
Awesome.
She's
Like
has
she
to be
just,
up there.
yeah, I think we rehearsed like a good week and she just did it in a day, just jumped in and just nailed it. And she was so kind and just so like
just
nice
makes it
to us
even more better.
dancers.
That's so good, eh?
Yeah.
Who else? Is there anyone else that
It's
in your top
nice.
tier that's just been...
You've met, like, you don't understand, like, you've met so many, like,
I'm just
A-listers, eh? Like, who do you reckon's the most famous that you've probably met? J-Lo? Or there's so many to pick from, eh?
I mean, like everyone's
Everyone's
nice.
famous, but-
Everyone's nice. I don't know. Everyone's been kind. One was Jason Derulo. He was super kind. Like I remember we all went to dinner, and he just came. He didn't even eat. He just came and he just wanted to like get to know all the dancers, and he was just so polite and just so respectful. Like he was just so nice. Like he didn't need to come to dinner with us. He didn't need to, but he just came, made sure it was all paid for, and he was just like wanted to know like what's New Zealand like, you know.
Cool.
Like he was super chill and just normal. Everyone's just so normal, which is so cool.
That's cool, eh? Because obviously when you watch it on TV, you're like, I wonder how these guys in real life, if they have a real life in it.
Yeah, well, because he has the stereo. I feel like when I first heard about the job, I just thought, oh, he's, you know, maybe he's a player, or maybe he's a womanizer. Because he has that persona because he's always with girls in music videos. But he's opposite.
Yeah, true.
He is so, like, just so opposite.
Yeah, because you never hear anything bad about him. Like, you know, like I said, that just says something, I reckon, like, but other dudes.
But he's doing well for himself with his business and stuff. That car wash that he's doing, eh?
Oh,
Like
man, he's an entrepreneur, eh? At the same time, eh?
He's good, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, obviously, our podcast is about transition.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're a mum now, balancing the life of dancing and being a parent. How's that look for you?
It's really hard.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie and say it's, like, easy, but it was very hard, like, because before I had kids, it was all about me and all about, you know, all I needed to worry about was going to training, booking jobs. That's all I needed to worry about, and taking care of myself. But now, you know, they come first. So as soon as they were born, I just knew that they would always come first. And, you know, I just wanted to still dance so I could, you know, provide an awesome life for them.
Yeah.
So that's my outlook on being a mum, you know, they always come first. It definitely is harder. Like, you know, I see dancers, you know, just traveling, doing tours, booking tours, because my first dream was to always book a world tour. And world tours are about a year or two long, and you're on the road, you know. You don't have gaps in between, you're just on the road. So as soon as I had kids, I just knew that I couldn't do that because I can't leave them for a year. You know, it's just, so it was a hard transition to know, you know, that's not my dream anymore, but also I wanted to, you know, they're my dream now. So I still want to dance, but I'm still dancing, but, you know, they always come first.
Yeah,
if
mum
that makes
first.
sense. Yeah, mum comes first.
Yeah.
Do you miss them when you're on the road though?
Yeah, absolutely. Every time I leave, even if it's for a week, I cry.
Yeah.
I cry, but it is. Yeah, I always know that I'm doing this for them, you know. And my career is not going to last, you know, until I'm 50. You know, I'm not going to be able to dance till I'm 50. So I'm doing it now so I can, you know.
Create that
build something
for myself and for them, so I can, when I eventually move into something else that's not dancing, you know, I can for them and focus on them.
Have you ever thought about like life after being a dancer? Like obviously we touched on it. Then
I don't want to think about it.
No,
absolutely.
Yeah, like obviously, I don't know, with dancing, do you want to own your own studio? Do you want to be a choreographer? Do you want to do something like what Paris has been doing?
Yeah, I did think about having a studio. But that's an option. Maybe after I stop dancing, or I just want to like maybe start my own business or something to do with dancing though. Whether it's a dance app, whether it's something dance related. Yeah,
I reckon it's needed, man, because it's starting to pick up massively.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
especially on the Gold Coast too. And everyone should know who Kaea Pearce is.
Bro, she's on the coast. Hey, she's on the Gold Coast, man.
Just have a look at Jason Derulo, Rihanna, J-Lo, who else?
Ciara.
Ciara. Just have a look.
Nah, that's awesome.
No.
Thank you. Like, we really appreciate you coming down and obviously sharing your journey and your story. And
thank you.
Before we obviously finish off here, we usually you have to give a key message.
You got a key message? Come on.
Anything.
There was a lot of key messages in there.
Yeah, it was heaps. Something that you would have picked up along in your journey. And something that
I definitely, like with my experiences, is like not to rush anything. Like when it's your right time, it will come.
Yes.
And it will come if you work hard. Like hard work it's just the main key of being successful. Like if you don't work hard, then you're not gonna get the so definitely working hard and not rushing it. And just being grateful for everyone that's helping you get there. Like with me, I wouldn't be able to be where I am today if it wasn't for my family, wasn't for my mum. Yeah, so definitely just being grateful along the journey.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that.
That's so good.
I've got one question. As rugby league players, we know when it's up, when it's done. As dancers, when do you know your time's up?
I don't know. That's a hard question.
You're still young, mate.
I'm just saying, like, as a dancer, when do you know your time is officially up?
When the body can't go.
Yeah.
But how tough is that question? Because I feel like you can dance forever.
Yeah.
Like if you're fit.
Yeah. Well, it's very like in America, I feel like you're backup dancing for art. Well, it's different because some artists like 50-year-olds in their clips.
Yeah,
like,
true.
I don't know. It's a hard one. I feel like you can transition to other dancing things, just like league. You can transition to. I don't know. That's a hard
it's true because then
question.
instead of like going hard, you can do the bop and all that.
I don't know.
Boppy, right?
Maybe like, you mean like an age limit?
Yeah, age limit.
What would you do? So obviously you're doing hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
What style would you go like to transition? Not doing backflips and stuff. Crumpy.
I would go into like the more teaching.
Yeah.
Because you can still teach until you're
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
You can just sit down and count.
Yeah,
I guess.
true.
I don't know. I feel like a dancer's, there's like no limit. But if you want to be in like music videos, I feel like around maybe 40.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So you still got a long time
If you
to
just
go.
if you just look after yourself though, then I feel like I could
Yeah.
stretch it out. I feel like actually no, that's a lie. Did you know the Lady Gaga music video that just came out? Brian Freeman, he's just like he's an icon on dancing. He pretty much created Britney Spears. He was in all of her music videos. He was her choreographer. He just did the clip and he is 47.
Ooh, no.
What? So there you go.
There you go.
He's
There you go.
47. He looks like he's 20 though.
Yep,
So
that's it.
you just looking after yourself.
Working hard,
can-
looking after yourself will make you look younger.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah,
Trust me.
No
absolutely.
Maccas.
Yes. Just train.
I
45
definitely
minutes a
ate Maccas
day.
for like 10
So you
years
do
of
your
my career.
dancing and then you go into the gym and do a bit of functional fitness. 45 minutes a day.
Done.
Except for Sunday. Sunday's your recovery day.
All right, Clara, thank you so much.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much
Hey, that
for
was so
having
good,
me.
eh? It was
Thank
relaxing.
you.
Hey, was that relaxing or
I
what?
feel relaxed. Like,
comfortable?
yeah, I was very nervous on the way here, but
Yeah.
now I feel you guys
Nah,
make me
that's
feel
cool.
welcome and relaxed. So thank you.
Nah, thanks
Awesome.
for coming on.
you.
Oh yeah, let's close it out. Hey,
Close it out.
always massive love to Talent Locker, our major sponsor.
Come on.
Hey, you know what? I had an idea for Talent Locker. Maybe you should get dancers on your app.
Let's go.
Recruiting dancers from the app. Then if
For your
anyone
merch.
needs to sign up a dancer, they can recruit
There you
them from
go,
the
right
Talent
there.
Locker. There we go. There you go.
Nice.
I reckon,
Easy does it.
Easy does it. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See ya.